Hey guys, Eric here to talk about a movie I know we've all been waiting for, which is The Avengers. You know, there were 5 other movies building up to this over the last few years, but let's face it, really it's been 49 years since the first Avengers comic came out, and we've all thought about as kids, wouldn't it be so great to see all these characters in a film together? Here it is, and the great news is it completely delivers. Joss Whedon, the writer and director of this film, deserves a ton of credit. If you know his work from Buffy, Angel, Firefly, you know that this is a guy who has a lot of talent for showing a team coming together and all the conflicts that come with that. That's why he was perfect here showing the Avengers, because when you think about it, you've got 4 characters established from other movies, 2 additional superheroes, a few super spies in the mix, and a villain. That's a whole lot to deal with in one film, and that's really the big fear of the movie is, could it all just completely collapse? Whedon makes it all work. We buy into all these characters, we buy into their interaction. All these actors have established, for the most part, their characters in previous films and bring to the plate those great performances. But what really works is the scenes of just them talking, interacting, of seeing what would it be like if Captain America and Iron Man were in an argument, much less fighting alongside each other. One fear is that with so many characters, everyone might not get their due, and I would say Hawkeye, in some respects, he kind of got the short straw here. He's cool in what we see him in, but there's not a lot for the character, and especially considering he really hasn't been established except for that cameo outside of Thor. It's too bad. Hopefully in future films we'll get more for him. On the other hand, Black Widow, who I thought didn't really come off that great in Iron Man 2, very cool character here. Whedon shows his strength with female characters. He makes her much more compelling and fearsome. You know, look, she doesn't have the power level of her teammates, but you buy into her as a very dangerous and smart character. I think the standout, though, is going to really be the Hulk for a lot of the audiences. There's been a couple previous Hulk movies that didn't really hit the target in different ways or others, but Mark Ruffalo as the Hulk is excellent. His Bruce Banner is a very sympathetic character. He's kind of world-weary. He's, you know, been through this for so many years, but he does have sort of a dry sense of humor that really helps sell the character. And watching how Bruce interacts with a character like Tony Stark is great. And then, of course, when he hulks out, it's some of the most crowd-pleasing stuff in the movie. In general, I think the action really delivers. Yes, I think Joss Whedon's greatest strength of all is his character moments and dialogue, but there's also a lot of great action here. The first half kind of goes back and forth through the establishing the team and then back to some action, but then the last third of this movie really delivers. When you really see this team come together and all these superheroes fighting alongside each other, there's one sort of set-piece, memorable moment after another that I think will really satisfy audiences. We all know this is a movie that arrives with a ton of hype and expectations and so easily could have completely collapsed under the weight of all those expectations. I'm so happy to say that instead The Avengers completely delivers. It's an extremely entertaining film. I basically watched it with a huge smile on my face the whole time. I think the same will go for a lot of you too. I'm giving it 4.5 out of 5 stars. For more coverage of The Avengers and other films, please check out movies.ign.com.